I was always on the wave, on the cusp of what was new and what was exciting and what didn't come out yet, because I had privy to all of that because of my writings, because of how I poised myself. I taught at the School of Visual Arts. I was part of the three founding members of the computer graphic department. And actually, very recently this summer, we had a show, 75 years of underground art. And I created the first digital art poster, which announced our program in 1982. And it was in every single subway station in New York City. But I was on a machine called what was it called? Gosh, it escapes me for a second. But this particular machine, Artron Studio 2000 computer out of Plainfield, New Jersey. I just had to pull that out of my head. So using this, which had all these incredible tools, and again, a $500,000 machine, as you spoke about before, they allowed me to come, and it was like I lived in Long Island at the time, and so it was like 2.5 hours away to get there. It was like quite a schlep to get there. But they let me do my thing, and I was taking photographs off the monitor of what I was doing, and it was all new. It was all new. So everything I was doing was always new. It was the latest, greatest of this or that. I was a spokesperson for the CEP show, Computer Electronic Publishing Show, out of Chicago, and I had a booth. And at that booth, they actually gave me hardware and software, because back then a monitor was like $7,500. Everything was so expensive, you couldn't afford it like you could today. So like people were like giving me the technology to use and try and all of that. So I was very privileged to get like the latest, even the first Wacom tablet that you draw with a pen. I had the first one. It was rather huge. So by utilizing new technology at the time, it enabled me to try and do different things. I was constantly experimenting, but I was also experimenting and using it towards commercial products, which funded my, I say I never had a job in my life, but I've been working my whole life. But I've been doing things with technology that on commercial ways, along with my exhibition. I just never stopped, Ray. I've been doing this. I get up in the morning and here I am with you. I'm not going fishing. I'm not like, sitting on a boat somewhere. I am just actively working. So in regards to the idea about the psychedelicness, I will say that in 2005, I was commissioned by Universal to make a Bollywood film in India, of all things, right? What a wild trip, right? I mean, I just have done so much. So I went there, but I had custom software written for me in Bangalore that enabled me to do what I wanted to do. And so that proprietary software really was a big bolt for me in 2005. And so I still utilize that software, which I used on my Grammy statue and everything else that I do. But being a kid growing up and having Matchbox cars that I played with my whole life, I wanted to have my own car. So now I actually do. I have my very own Ferrari F430 die-cast car that is as psychedelic as you can get. And it's just fantastic. There's an edition of 504. And on your show, and your show only, I will reveal that this is car number one of 504 cars. So we have 155 of these already spoken for, and the balance for the general public, I guess. But so it's all psychedelic. The packaging is psychedelic. I have to say that when I was 15 years old, I took this little orange pill. It got lodged in my spinal tap, and I have been tripping ever since. And you look magenta to me. That's all I could say.